Hey guys, Farmer Tyler here. We're up in the freestall barn. Got a few freestalls fixed. So sometimes cows can be a little rough on when they get up and down. You know, that's a 1,500-pound animal. It's pushing against a couple bolts. So we had a bracket that broke. Just gotta remember which one it is. Just got to put a new bracket in. I got my bucket of tools here. Got my tools, a couple brackets, a couple bolts. We're getting close. There it is. So, show you here what happened. So, this little bracket broke. So what I got to do is put a new one on. You know, hold that stall up there nice and tight. So I'll show you how we go about doing that. Does anyone else feel like they spend more time walking back and forth to get the tools because you either forgot it, grabbed the wrong size? So I sure feel like that's my problem a lot of days. These guys think they are a ton of help, but they are no help whatsoever. As you can see, it's a pretty easy process. Doesn't take much, but no, woke a few girls up. Some of them just don't care. But we try to keep up on all that. So the stalls are all evenly spaced apart for maximum cow comfort. You know, if they're too small, the cows aren't going to want to lay in it. If they're too big, the cows can turn around and just destroy it when they turn around, basically. So every stall is exactly the same size. It's kind of how we go about all that. I think I seen another loose one, so I'll go check that out. But that's kind of how I go about fixing that stuff. See what else I have on the agenda for today. Hey, so I'm down here in our storage shed. We store all our equipment. So you know, it's getting nice out. I don't know if it'll focus there. We are going to be starting to do some field work here pretty soon, and hopefully in the next day or two. This is our first piece of tillage equipment we use here. Call it a chisel plow. That's what we call it. It's got a couple different names depending on where in the country you're from. So I'm going to go ahead and get this greased up, and hopefully we will be able to hook onto it right away and we'll be able to take off then. Got that all greased up. should be if I remember right. All good to go. Looks like she was all ready, so hopefully we'll be able to jump right on and have no problems. Main thing we're going to be working on, getting that hooked up. We'll go through kind of, the reason we use that is it digs down a little bit deeper and helps mix in the manure a little better. So I'll do that. And then we got to get that ground dug up first because we are going to be planting alfalfa. So we do some in the fall and some in the spring. And this is going to be our spring planted alfalfa that the ground we're working on to get worked up. So hopefully they'll be ready to go here pretty soon. And the other thing we got to look at is replacing, so this is our, I call a fuel cultivator. So we'll do this after we go through with the chisel plow, and it kind of helps smooth it out a little, level it out some, so that chisel plow leaves some pretty rough furrows, I guess you could say. But to get this ready, I was looking, these shovels right here, there's a couple that got to get replaced. They're just some are getting a little wore down, you know, like this one is even missing one. So just got to look into what we're going to need for that. I know I got some shovels sitting around. I think that might be the next thing I work on. Go grab what I need and go about doing that. So, I ended up putting some new shovels from the diggers on the chisel plow. And it's kind of it in action there. Just out last fall, we had we spread some manure, and the ground was a little froze, and there was rain coming, and we did not want it to run off of the land. We wanted it to stay where it was, so we just kind of lightly went through with the chisel plow. We couldn't put it all the way in the ground just because it was froze, so just coming back through and touching up that. And then this field we will be turning into alfalfa. I'll keep you guys a little updated on the planting process, but kind of the first step in it is we go through and chisel plow it. So that's what I'm working on today.